Okay, now we are multiplying rationals. So you have two rational functions being multiplied together. And what we do is still take a look at what we have and start to factor. Let's take a look at the first one on the left. Bam. V minus 1 is in its smallest form. The 4v plus 28 gets factored to what you see there. The numerator of the second one gets factored as well. It's a basic trinomial, so you split it up into two binomials. The v minus 1 stays as v minus 1. Before we do any canceling of things that are exactly the same, whoops, I canceled there. We got to find our excluded value. So just take a step back. The v plus 7, you notice our v cannot be negative 7 and it cannot be 1, otherwise those two parentheses would turn into 0. So before you cancel, you should do that first. Here, something went wrong with the computer and it canceled first. So make sure you do both. Make sure you find the excluded values and also cancel. Now that we cancel, you notice that the v plus 7s disappear, or they cancel out to be 1. V minus 1 cancel out to be 1. What we're left with is v plus 1 divided by 4, with the excluded values of negative 7 and 1. So a lot cleaner. Many times, not always, but sometimes we can take a lot of nasty expressions and factor them down to be something cleaner. Okay, so that's one example there. Here's another example on the right where there are many factorable expressions. So we take it one step at a time, or we do three steps at a time. We take the denominator of the first one on the left, and we can factor out a 4x squared. Numerator, that is. And the numerator on the right is a basic trinomial, which can also be factored quickly with becoming x plus 8 times x minus 2. The denominator is also factorable, and we get x minus 6 times x minus 2. Before we do anything, and you start any canceling, we will find the excluded value. Yes, let's find the excluded values. So you get 0, 6, and 2. Wait a minute, where did the 0 come from? I got 4x squared, same as before. If you want to find out what's going to make that 0, you set it equal to 0. 4x squared equals 0, x minus 6 equals 0, x minus 2 equals 0. If any of those are 0, your denominator is going to become 0 when you multiply everything, and you'll be undefined at that point. So this one will actually, in this case, have three asymptotes. So we solve for x squared, divide by 4, take a square root. Everything ends up being 0. So your x is equal to 0. So if you're confused by that, or first time you've seen that, press pause, take a look at that. X equals 6 for the second one, and x equals 2 for the third one. The next step, of course, is to cancel. So go back up to the top, or middle, or second step, and cancel out everything. Cancel out the 4x squareds, cancel out the x minus 6s, cancel out the x minus 2s, because there's one in the numerator and one in the denominator of each. So this one cleans up nicely. You're left with just x plus 8. So your x plus 8 is your expression, and you have three excluded values, 0, 6, and 2. Bam. And that's it for this one.